Hello, hi, good afternoon. I'm Wendy, and on behalf of Circle 96 and CFSG, a very warm welcome to our Straight Talk, a Feng Shui review on Royal Green today. Before I go on, I must once again clarify very specifically that we are not paid by any developers and or property agents, nor do we represent any of them. This is our very own Straight Talk review with no reservation. So if you're still wondering why we are doing this show, well, let me share. I'm sure you know that buying any properties in Singapore is a very expensive project. So more than thoughts and energy goes into such a plan. And it's best to maximize all potential of the property and to minimize any negative impact. Before I bring up the team of masters today, I'd like to thank our wonderful sponsors, Renotop and Sky Creation, for their wonderful friendship and immense support. Firstly, Renotop, the #1 renovation platform in Southeast Asia. It's a platform for people to come together to talk and engage on renovation matter, sourcing reliable renovation materials, interior designers, and contractors. Recommended by property owners for all property owners. Next is Sky Creation. It's an award-winning renovation firm who has received many awards in the industry over the years. It is a professionally accredited renovation firm that has garnered many industry certifications for quality and industry best. Now, it's with my great pleasure to introduce to you our masters. Once again, we have our Master KK Xiao, our modern Feng Shui consultant who at one point doesn't believe in Feng Shui, sharing all the same sentiments as the non-believers until he was enlightened by his wife, Master Sharon Fong, a third-generation award-winning practitioner. Master KK was then educated, convinced, trained, and became a practitioner himself. Together, they form a professional modern Feng Shui team to help people to address challenging issues. Till date, they have over 80 years of experience and audited more than 1,000 properties internationally, creating happiness, health, and wealth for many using modern Feng Shui. Let's welcome Master KK.
Hello, everyone. Good afternoon. I'm very happy that we're going to talk about Royal Green today. We have special just for you today. Everything will be going live soon on site. This is the first time we're going to do on site, and I'm very excited. I will bring out more information before you shortly. Thank you. Thank you, Wendy.
Thank you. Yes, I'm also looking forward to that. Joining us this afternoon is also Master E.L. Fong, who is born into the family of Feng Shui masters and has been practicing the art for 40 years. A working Feng Shui dictionary who is well-versed in all sub-branches of Feng Shui. Master Fong uses his talent and experience to improve the lives of many people around him. Master Fong, 下午好。
大家下午好，欢迎来到直播。今天真的是直播啊，欢迎大家来听听我们的直播，看看有什么不一样啊，欢迎大家，谢谢。
一定是不一样，谢谢你。That's Master Fong. Next is Master Sherlin, who started her numerology and Feng Shui journey from a very tender age of 14. She finds joy in improving the harmony of each house she sees, helping families to reach their full potential. She is professionally trained as an actuary and definitely not what you would expect of a Feng Shui master. She embodies what we define as modern Feng Shui. Let's welcome Master Shilin. Just give me a second, Master Shilin. Hello, hi, good afternoon.
Hi,
Glad to
good
see
afternoon,
you.
everyone. Yes. Yeah, I hope you're excited. I mean, the house that you're living in is really very important, and you have to know your house around you the best, right? So today we are not going to hold anything back. We're going to talk about this upcoming place. To any of you that is already living there, please stay tuned and listen what we have to say about this place and the key things that you have to take note of. Thank you.
Thank you. Looking forward, definitely. Our last speaker joining us for this afternoon on site is Master Guo, who also has a very strong interest in Chinese metaphysics since a young lad. Although he believed in Feng Shui then, he was skeptical about Feng Shui masters after having to spend a lot of money on auspicious items recommended and sold by them, but to no effect nor any improvement as claimed. Over the period, he realized, learned, and adopted that real Feng Shui need not spend tons of money on such items. And the best part of it all, Feng Shui approach can and should be modern. Well, viewers, I just need to highlight once again that this time the analysis is still strictly based on environmental analysis. Without further ado, okay, shall I just hand over to Master Kuo first?
Hi
Master Kuo,
everyone. Hello.
hi, how are you?
I'm on site now, so everyone can see
Hi.
the real development of Royal Green.
Thank you.
Ah,
Yeah, okay. All up and pretty already.
yes,
How are you?
it's very nicely done,
Hmm.
and there's people staying inside already.
Okay. So some has already moved in, but some are still in the midst of moving in. And I heard that there's still some empty units lying around as well.
Yeah.
So looks, in fact, it looks like it's already quite ready for move in anytime. How's the environment there, Master Paul?
Let me mute first because it's a bit noisy.
Sure.
Okay, we're going to bring Master Fong in later shortly. Okay, thank you, Wendy, for the good introduction. I'm going to bring in the rest of the masters in. Yeah, and then we're going to talk more about the properties. All right. Before we actually talk about the properties, we also want to share with everyone what is Circle 96 all about, what kind of service do we provide, and what are we specialized on. All right. We are the biggest modern feng shui consultant firm in Singapore. And the biggest difference between us and the rest of the feng shui consulting company is that we are practicing modern feng shui. Modern feng shui actually achieve harmony, health, and prosperity using what exactly you have now at home. There's nothing else to purchase. All right, we do not turn your house into a Chinese temple or a zoo. And today, we also, by the time you finish your review with us, we're going to give you 5 books, okay, or 6 books rather. We just finished as last book. We're going to give you a book that's called A Peace of Mind that will help you to do up your house feng shui when you have already got a peace. The second book is if you're looking for properties, and this book is very important for you because we are sharing with you vital information that property agents do not want to share. And if you're a business owner, you really want to get hold of the third book. All right, the third book is basically to help business owner avoid their pitfall. Buying a lot of auspicious item may cause you more trouble and problems in your business than helping you. All right, and for all the good mothers out there, we just did a book for you, especially for your children to purchase it or rather to download it so that you can help you on your health. All right, all these will come to you free of charge. Okay, and it all can be downloaded on website stated above. And for friends who have children that's taking the PSLE or O levels or A level this year, you want to get hold of that book about 7 best kept secrets for A students. All right, and this book is going to help you to improve your children's academically. The last book that we want to mention is the 27th Interior Design Myth. This is the latest book. We just finished it today, and it's on site now. So all these are available for you the moment you finish your show with review with us. Okay. Today we're going to talk about royal green, and before we actually speak of royal green, let's give the audience a bit of orientation. Okay, this is a street map given to us by Street Directory. The good people of Street Directories are very good in terms of the map. It's very clear. Clarity is over there. It's very colorful, and most important, it's very precise. Okay, so this is Street Directory, and then we're going to divide it out into 8 sectors, where we bring in the 8 cardinals. Okay, we're going to bring all the masters in, including Master Guo. All right, I know Master Guo is a bit noisy on that side, but Master Guo is on site, and this is the valuable contribution from his side. Okay, good. Master Guo, we'll start with you shortly. Are you on site on the north sector already?
Currently, I'm at the northeast and east sector because the north sector is too noisy. That's why I have to walk away from the heavy traffic.
Okay, good. But we're going to talk about, maybe we start from you first, Master Guo. You are on site, and what is your general feeling about this property?
Okay, can you all see this OCBC bank here? Can
Yes,
see the
we can.
logo with a lot of people stacked on top. Can
Okay.
see, right?
Okay.
I think it's best you're not the top person
Okay.
because you got nothing or no one to step on, whereas the second tallest still got a lot of people under the person.
Okay.
Okay,
Good.
so there is this bank at the east sector, which is actually not very good for the east sector, especially the first son.
Okay. Okay.
Then if you talk about health issue, definitely the liver, the gout, all this might have some issue also. The leg also might have some issue.
So, Master Guo, I just want to clarify with you, because there's a bank in the east sector of the property, you are definiting and suspecting that the residents of Royal Green will have potential liver, cholesterol, and lower limbs illnesses. Am I correct?
Yes, correct. Then people that stay inside here, right, might be a bit bad-tempered also.
Why is that so?
Because the east also represents a temper, so people that stay inside here might not be very good temper. Then they also have this issue with their what we call 行动能力 not positive enough.
Okay. Good. Okay, so give us the general opinions of you. How about this property? Because you are on site and you'll definitely be able to give us the exact feeling. How do you feel about
Let
this
me
property?
see.
Yeah.
This place actually, if you ask me, quite not bad because you can see, there's F&B joint outside. So it's pretty convenient lah. If we don't talk about feng shui, we talk about living aspect, it's pretty convenient.
Okay.
There's a lot of F&B, then I think mini malls around this area, which is very easy for you to shop for all your daily necessity and stuff like this.
Okay. And there are many schools around as well with 2 MRT stations surrounding it. Okay. We're going to put Master Guo on to Master Guo for a while. We're going to ask Master Feng to tell us more about this property and what is his view. All right, Master Guo? Master Feng,
Yes.
你看这个屋子，这个Royal Green 有什么看法？可以跟我们分享一下吗？
刚才 Master 郭已经大概讲了一些东西，但是如果你的住家的 layout 啊，就是那个布局图啊，如果又是东方不够 strong 或者是缺角的话，那么这种问题会 synchronize 就会发生哦。尤其对那种肝病的人就要非常的小心，会有一些有些人买屋子啊， 好像他是为了什么？有些是投资啊，有些是给孩子读书啊，因为那边有学校嘛。但是不要忘记哦，这个因为这个地方啊，它的东方啊刚刚好，有很多一点缺陷啊。我是说大环境啊，内环境我们还没说了，因为这个是内局图要看layout啊，所以就必须要把你的内局improve 或者是做一些 remedy 啊，不然的话，你的大孩子啊，你看外面又那么多好吃的，你想他又那么坏，他喜欢出去跑跑动动啊，脾气又不好，你想，有时候的脾气真的是爆啊，所以是这个孩子不容易带啊，也比较懒惰，有时会发脾气啊，乱发脾气啊，这一点就要小心注意一下，就是这样啊。先讲一个 sector， 然后 Master 给我讲另外一个 sector， 我们有一些地方会补充那么大家就大概了解那个状况是怎么样好。
Okay, Master Shalin, you want to tell us more? What do you think of this condo in general?
Yeah, so I definitely agree with what Master Go and Master Feng said. But something I also kind of like about it is that in the north sector, I think Master Go was saying that it's a very busy road. We generally tend to like busy roads because roads also can represent the opportunities that are presented. But that is what you see on the nearby. If we actually look into the map, right, further in the north sector, it actually isn't very favorable in certain elements. So I'll also write on to what Master Feng was saying that, especially if you have kids, your sons, your eldest son and your second son, you may have a little bit of difficulty managing them because of how the external environment is placed. We have to consider also within the house itself how is it can be further enhanced. But as a very initial assessment, I do agree with Master Feng and Master Guo's analysis.
Wow, thank you so much. Well, in general, I must say I like the place a lot because of the convenience of the MRT stations. There are basically two MRT stations a stone throw from each other. Maybe the second MRT station, King Albert Park, is 3 bus stops away. And then the nearest to you is the 6th Avenue MRT station. That's what I really liked about the property. The thing that I really don't quite appreciate about the surrounding for this property would be the southwest sector. You know, I'm always very particular about southwest and northeast sector, and in these two sectors, I view them as the most important sector because southwest represents the mother of the family, and the northeast represents the children. Northeast also represents family harmony and also represents career. So if these two sectors are not good, I generally will want to mark the property lower. So in this property, southwest sector, there is a equilibrium. Equilibrium in the southwest sector symbolizes that it's not so good for the mother, or significantly, it will have issues in the year 2028. Now, I'd like to bring all the audience back to 2016. If you are currently staying in this house in this Royal Green, or are thinking of purchasing Royal Green, or already purchased Royal Green, I want you to bring back to 12 years ago, that will be 2016. If your 2016 was not a very good year for you, then your 2028 will not be a very smooth year either. Okay, so this is something that you want to be worried about. Because of this equilibrium, it could also symbolize poor health for the mother. All right, and especially for northeast, there is an orchid apartment in the northeast with the shape of a gear. You know, look at the gear. That one I don't quite like it that much because the shape of the gear symbolizes metal element, and when it's a metal element, they're found in northeast sector, which is the earth element. A few aspects of health issues can be expected from the family. For example, sinus, eczema, lower back problems, shoulder problems. Even for the ladies, you need to take care of your breast. Okay, so these are the two things that I don't quite like. Hence, for friends or people who want to buy this property or already purchase this property, I strongly suggest you do something about it. Okay, that's my general view of the whole property. Good. Master, let's bring back Master Ko. I think he's on site, and Master Ko is the one that has able to give us the full analysis. Master Ko, please tell us more.
Okay, now I'm at looking at the southeast sector. So you can see southeast, right? Also quite a number of F&B joint. Then there is this mini, like a shopping mall. I think there is this NTUC or cold storage inside for you to buy all your stuff like this. Okay, then it's pretty vibrant. So if you got a daughter, right? I think your daughter likes to eat a lot. 很贪吃 but 很好。
Master Guo, how about the Southeast with a lot of cooking and busy aspect? Does it also show that a lot of stores, does it show that the first daughter also like to shop, the shopaholic, potential shopaholic?
Correct.
Okay. When we talk about the southeast sector of this property, there's a road called what avenue is this? Let me see. I don't quite know how to
Fifth
pronounce
Avenue.
this. All right, so there is a road there, and there's a little bow and arrow in the block 68. So if you are staying in block 68, you may experience some issues in the year 2022 this year, because the bow and arrow comes from the northeast towards the southwest. So if you're experiencing some problems like neck problems, shoulder problems, or loss of career, etc., betrayal, backstabbing, or if you are expecting the third boy in the family, that means you have already two boys above, and the third boy is due. You may really want to get yourself a good gynae. There may be some complication in the delivery process or during the pregnancy. Okay, good. Let's bring back
One
the
more
rest.
thing to add on, the southeast, right, there is a lot of sheltered walkway. So actually it's very good for the career.
Masters, I understand that you told us before that the sheltered walkway travels from northeast all the way to the southeast. Is that correct, Master?
Yes, correct. Northeast stretch all the way to the southeast.
Okay, good. And when we have covered shelter, what does it symbolize? Let's bring Master Charlene in to answer this question. Master Charlene, are you still around?
Yep.
Tell
Yes.
us, what do you think when there's a walkway shelter from all the way to north, from the northeast to east or the southeast sector? Please share with us, Master.
Yes. So when there's a walkway in that area, it generally is very favorable. That also, so if you do have an allergy, like someone always sheltering you all the way, which would mean that those years may be a little bit more smooth. Master Feng, would you like
Okay.
to add on anything to that?
Master Fong?
好事好事，虽然这个你说的西南方跟东北方都有一些不好的东西，就是代表家庭方面有压力，母亲受的压力也挺大，估计是顾两个孩子啊，还是家里的情况啊，会比较有一点问题，所以就是给母亲带来的压力很大。但是有这个销的呢，他在外面呢，如果是职业妇女呢，就会有贵人帮忙啊，应该没什么大问题啊，到处都有人帮，是吧？只是自己给自己的压力太大，当然要非常注意啊，自己的肠胃啊之类的，不然呢就麻烦了啊。有工作的时候，但是赚的钱是拿来医病啊，那就不好了。所以身体一方面也要照顾得好啊。哦，就是这样。
Thank you, Master.
Actually, one more thing I'd like to call out also is for especially those staying in Block 2, if you see the Anamalai Avenue there, the way the road curves, it also kind of clashes into the people staying in Block 2 itself. So I'd like to caution for those staying in Block 2 to be extra careful, especially if you have an eldest daughter in the family, which means that it's just the first daughter in the family, to be extra careful in terms of health. Also in the upcoming year 2025, that individual has to be extra careful in terms of any sort of betrayals, any huge movement in terms of career, anything else, because that would be a year where a lot of these things can potentially happen. In terms of health issues, it's also like your nerves, your veins. These are things that the family will have to watch out for those staying in Block 2.
Good, thank you. Now, a lot of people has this question for us. Hey, how come, Master, when I ask you to analyze your for me, my house Feng Shui, or I invite you to do my house Feng Shui audit, you don't ask me about my Ba-zhi. Well, the answer is very simple, and it's literally what we are showing you now live with Master Guo around. The environment you are staying in is really more important than your Ba-zhi. For example, the year 1945, 80 years ago, when Americans dropped two atomic bombs into Japan, in Hiroshima and Nagasaki. Right, in Hiroshima, 45,000 people perished instantly. All right, do you think the 45,000 people happens to share the same date and time of birth? I think the answer is very clearly no. But they share two common things. They share the day and date of death. They also share the venue of death. They were in Hiroshima. Meaning to say, if they're in Nagasaki, they will have a few more days to live. If they're in Okinawa, no problem. Or in Tokyo, also no problem. So the place you are resident, your residence is really more important than your party. Right. So when Master Guo is walking around, he picks up a lot of information. And to be frank with you, there are a lot of masters out there. I'm not praising or putting people down, you know. I'm just telling you, you need to walk an environment to really know the environment better, and you can advise your clients and enhance your clients' Feng Shui. Unfortunately, this is not practiced in many agencies or consultancies, and hence they are not giving you the best options. So when we engage stars, we literally will walk with you, your environment, your surrounding, to tell you more information, to give you more information, and then we also will be able to tell you how you can improve your house, or house, your luck, your harmony, and your prosperity better. Okay, so I think let's bring back to Master Guo. Master Guo, today is a very hot day. 真的是辛苦他了. Okay, come, let's bring back to Master Guo. Master Guo, tell us more about your findings. I have to put Master Feng and Master Shelin away for a while to show a bigger picture for Master Guo.
Now everyone can see the screen, right? We are seeing that this road, this is actually the south sector of the development. So you can see there's a steep slope going upwards. Okay, which means what? Which means that, you know, when we talk about Feng Shui, we talk about Qi. That means the Qi, right, is actually flowing into this development. So actually it's very good. Okay, just to take note a bit on the south, there's this slow sign, this bumpy, this hump. So probably in the year 2014, a bit slow in terms of your career, then a bit bumpy, but generally I think it's pretty good for this south sector.
Thank you very much for sharing. Thank you very much for sharing that with us, Master Guo. I think South also represents the whether the family has a good in academic, whether the family is civilized, polite people, how are the relationship with the family. For body parts and health, it would be the blood pressure. It will also be symbolized the heart, the eyesight, and for ladies would be the breast again. So, Master Guo, when you mentioned there's a hump in the on the road in the south sector, for ladies that's being in this south sector, I also want you to take note
of the health.
Yeah, you have some lump problems discovered in your breast, please seek medical help immediately. Okay, good. Master Feng, Master Feng.
刚才 Master 哥说了，那边南边啊有一个路很高的，慢慢有那个气引进来啊，那就恭喜啦。有一些屋主呢，如果他的内澳南边呢里面比较强的话，那么他们就会得到这方面的财呀，因为南方也主名气啊、交易啊之类的财呀，有名气啊都不错的，远景会很好啊。当然其他的健康我就不说了，有赚钱不一定身体健康，所以方方面面的都要照顾。但是大家放心哦，这里很靠近 Bukit Timah Hill， 这边很多运动场所，就是说交代你们了，要多多运动啊，多多运动啊，不然你们的我就不要从北方讲起了，什么问题一大堆问题了，就是这里给你们知道，必须要运动，然后加强。除了加强之外，屋子里面的气场啊，该调的就要调好，该加强的就要加强。就是这样。
我多多运动的时候，会看到 Master Feng 在运动哦，在那个 reserve 里面很多 forest area， 经常会看到 Master Feng。OK，Master Feng 是爱运动的人。OK，Master Shalin，come tell us more. What is your opinion?
So, as Master Ko was showing us, there was the way that the road kind of slopes down. I like that also. But especially the greatest impact that will bring will be towards those living on the lower floors. Maybe not so much higher floors. For the higher floors, you also get some of that good fortune coming in. But especially if you're like on the lower floors, this south sector can be very strong for you, and it's very helpful, especially for your kids' academic development, which is maybe why you've got so many famous schools nearby. Yeah. So yeah, but in terms of health, definitely because of the lump, also let's say in the June or July period, if let's say you notice any lump, that is somewhere that you have to pay extra focus and extra attention to. So that will be somewhere around the July period this year.
Okay, thank you. Now, as Master Charlene and Master Cordy mentioned just now, and so did Master Fong, there are a lot of schools around. So unfortunately, these schools are not in the correct sector of the properties. As you can see, the schools are all marked in the pink color or peach color, and they are all in the west sector, in the east sector, and the southeast sector. What does that symbolize? When you happen to have schools in the west sector, communications in a family can be a bit fiery. Okay, they can be tends to be a bit shouting at each other, or tends to be a bit Chinese called 尖酸刻薄, right? A bit sharp tongue, right? Which is not ideal. And because it's in the west sector, we have a school over there. Tendency for children who have dental problems, are pretty high. If you've got children who have throat problems, issues also pretty high. So is the lung issues. So need to look out into your few things here, your dentals, your throat, and your lung. Okay. And for the east sector and the southeast sector, let's talk about the east sector first. I think Master Korti mentioned just now very clearly that your liver, cholesterol, even your hepatitis also is a concern. Okay. And but because there are three petrol stations over there, petrol stations also symbolize fire elements. It means problems with their legs, the lower limbs for the whole family, not just the eldest son, but for the whole family, can be of a very much higher chance to occur. Okay, and for the southeast sector, as you can see, a lot of schools covered over there. So what does it mean? It means that the first daughter also has a quick short fuse, quick temper, and also symbolize that maybe she is a OCD or she's extremely messy person, very untidy. Okay, so if your daughter is the extreme, there's no in between, it's very extreme. But if you can see your southeast and your southeast and your east sector are all the landed properties, or the expensive landed properties, it also shows that their friends, your first daughter or your first son has very good people who are their friends are very high places, okay, which is very good also. What are the health issues you need to take care for your southeast sector with a lot of fires around? Lymph nodes. Lymph node is one. Lymph nodes, you need to take care of lymph node. The second thing, probably you need to take care of your hair. If you're starting experiencing losing hair, welcome to the club. All right. So southeast sector is something that you want to take note. All right. Don't talk about hair. Solo 我可以讲，你们不可以讲啊。Okay, Master Go, let's bring Master Go back online again. Master Go, which sector are you in now, Master Go?
Currently, I'm at the southwest sector. So southwest sector actually represents the mother. Okay, as you all can see, right, from the picture, right, there's this no parking, no authorized vehicle. Then on the far side, there's this watch out for vehicle, all this. So it actually gives you a warning that probably your mom's health might be a bit of an issue down here. Then just now Master KK was saying that southwest, there's this columbarium, is it? Actually, I discovered that there's a roundabout route on the southwest. So it's actually synchronicity, which is also not very good. That is why I have to take note. And of course, when we talk about health issues, there's also issue with your digestive system and stuff like this. See?
Thank you, Master. Thank you very much for that wonderful sharing. I think that's very valuable. Hence, for residents of Royal Green, if you are really experiencing some problems with your digestive system, or for ladies, it will be your uterus, your wombs, private parts, please seek medical help early. Okay, Good. Anything else to share? We'll bring on Master Feng and Master Shirley to give us more information. But before we actually bring them on to give us more information, we'd like to promote a little bit about our house selection program. Okay. If you all don't mind, I'd like to bring out this program for everyone. For everyone who was looking for a new house, we have this workbook. It's the #1 modern Feng Shui house selection checklist workbook for property buyers. Get this workbook, and in this workbook, we'll tell you what are the sectors you need to look out for. For example, in the north sector, what should be avoided, all right? What should not be there? It's all spelled out for you. And for the north sector, the forested area should not be there, like what Master Shirley just mentioned. And this Royal Green, and there's a bit of forested area out there. All you need to do is just mark it on the right-hand side. After you mark it on the right-hand side, how many times has appeared on the right-hand or appeared on the north sector? For example, if the post office is found in the north sector, or if factories or warehouses are found in the north sector, they're all not good for you. So there is a scoring point for this workbook in every sector. And a sector of this 3/8. The moment you hit 4 and above, for the scoring point, that means this sector is not good for you. It failed. Okay. So what if it failed? What kind of problems are you expecting? You're expecting whichever year is mentioned there, 2008, 2020, 2032, we have some problems for you all. And what are the issues like loss of memories, cash flow issues, and also strategy. If you're a business person, you really need cash flow. And what are the problems for health is all mentioned there as well. All right, so this book is very good for you if you are buying a property or looking to buy a property. All right, we have many clients who got this book and then came back to us and said it's so useful and it helps them. I understand from just now Wendy just mentioned per square feet for Royal Green about $2,500 for a 3-room flat is close to about $3 million. You know, so please, this is a small investment to purchase to help you guide you to buy a better house for your family. It's only $47, and for the first 20 people who purchase this, will get a 30-minute house analysis. And for friends who already are in the market looking for a property and needs our help, our usual price for property selection is $1,500. For this program alone, special promotion will be given to you. It's only $1,088, or a great saving. And for the first 6 people, you will also get a book. All right, so this book will be given to you free. So for house selections, we have a book, and then for people who wants to for house selection, who wants to ask to speak to us directly, there's a package for you. And if you are looking for a house audit, you already got your house, you are staying into Royal Green, and you want us to audit your house, all you need to do is just scan all the QR code over there. Our office will be in touch with you shortly. All right, let's bring us back to the property. All right, so this is the property of Royal Green. Maybe we want to talk a bit more about the Master. Maybe we talk a bit more about the site plan. How about that? Is there anything else, Master Kuo, you want to mention before we go into the site plan? Because Master Kuo, after all, is the one on site and very valuable, really working very hard to share with us many things. Master Kuo, you want to take away from Master before we go to the site plan?
Okay, just one last thing to take note, because now I'm still at the southwest sector. Then there's a lady that walked past with a dog. So in Feng Shui, right, this is what we call 虚位破. So the mother's health really have to take very cautious about it. I think y'all cannot see the lady because she walked a bit far already. That's the one last thing that I want all the audience to know. If you happen to stay in this property, do really take note of the health of your mother and of course the female owners inside. Yeah.
Hey, thank you so much, Master. Thank you so much, Master Ko, for your sharing. I think that's very valuable. Health is always a priority. Many Feng Shui masters will look into your Tai Wei, your wealth. When you approach us at Circle 96, we only focus on the very first thing that we focus on is harmony. All right, with good harmony, you get good health, and with good health, you get good prosperity. Good. Master, let's talk about the site plans. Let's talk about the shape of the property. All right, so as again, we mark out the whole property and we name them the 8th sector. Master Feng, Master Feng.
The total? Oh, OK。这个地方呢，看起来四四方方，但是有一个缺点，就是在东边跟东北方啊，只有这些缺点，在屋子里面就要把这两个地方跟它加强就可以了。在东南方，孩子住里面呢，是女儿会比男的强哦。你可能又会吃，外面又这么多吃的，所以体格长起来会比较胖一点，脾气又坏蛋。所以呢，这个地方是还行，但是必须要加强跟做一些remedy 呀，就是这样。哦，嗯，就是这样了。我让他们其他的风水师再加一点料给你们。
Master Shalin, please.
Yeah. So if I have a look at this plan, right, the entrance is there at the east sector. The east sector represents the eldest boy of the house, the eldest son. With the entrance being at the east sector, also considering how the road is curved inwards, what I see for the elder son staying this property is they tend not to like to stay at home. They like to go out, to run around a lot, and they don't really feel like home is a very comfortable place for them. So especially, if parents, you have your elder son who is displaying such characteristics, that this has got to do in part due to the feng shui and the way it is structured, that maybe they don't feel like their home is such a safe or comfortable place for them, and that is where we have to build up to try to make the home a harmonious place for them to come back to. So I think depending on which unit you ultimately choose within this development itself, it also does affect that slightly. Maybe it would be the elder son, maybe it would be the eldest daughter. But definitely in terms of the swimming pool, for most of the units, if you were to choose, the square swimming pool will fall in the southwest sector. And if it's a square swimming pool falling in the southwest sector, that definitely will also affect the mother's health, which is aligned with what Master Guo was talking about, the external environment of the house. So for lady owners or mothers who own this property, please do take extra caution for your health.
Good, thank you. I would like to add to what Master Shalin has says. The door on the east sector, the sun is always not at home, but because of the main gate is also east sector, it also shows that the sun has strong character. Also, the ability and his capability is strong, so don't need to worry about him. But if you look into the property or the whole property, there is a missing corner on the northeast sector, a little bit on the missing corner northeast sector. Hence, I want everyone to take note of their lower back, shoulder, the neck, the nose, the skin condition of their family members. Also, because this property is not squarish, hence the southeast sector is a bit of protruding. The daughter of this family is also very outstanding. It's very capable as well. All right, let's Master Kuo. Is there anything you want to add on regarding the site map?
Okay, actually, if you look at the site map, it somehow rather synchronizes with the street directory, because the east sector, in the street directory, there is a school and stuff like this. So actually, the east sector is slightly weaker compared to the rest of the other sector. So you can see from the site map, it's synchronized. But of course, if we are able to tell you what are the issues, right, we will also definitely be able to give you remedies toward all these issues. That is why don't worry, we can settle it.
Correct. I totally agree with what Master Kuo mentioned. We are just doing an X-ray or MRI on your property. All right. The moment we are able to get more information on site, we'll definitely be able to give you the remedies. All right. So, Masters, let's bring in the floor plans. Or this is the floor plans from Royal Green. Again, we mark out the 8 sector, the 8 cardinals. And after we have marked out 8 cardinals, let me share with everyone how we should read a floor plans. With the untrained eyes, it just looks like a normal floor plan with you, but watch out, follow us very carefully. First of all, we're going to draw out the squarish part. Which are the squarish part of the floor plans? After the blue ink has been run over the squarish part of the floor plan, we need to mark out where are the missing sectors. Missing sectors are marked in pink. These are not good for you. For example, over here, the west sector and the southwest sector has a lot of pink colors, all right? And then also the south sector. What does it symbolize? Symbolize a few things. South sector, when you have missing corners, you really want to take care of your health, all right? And the second daughter, meaning to say the second daughter, that means she has a sister above, the second girl in the family. What are the health issues? Your eyesight, your blood pressure, your heart, all right, especially also the breast, all right. For southwest, the mother, you really need to take care of the health. For the whole family, digestive system. For the ladies of the house, the female residents of the house, your uterus, your womb need to take care. For the west side, you really need to take care of your throat, your dental, even dentures problems, or your lungs and your throat problems, all right, your breathing, respiratory problems, all these you need to look into it. Okay, of course, having the pink color, you also have some external area that has been very good, right? Those protruding areas, the one that's marked in green, those are very good. For example, now you have the northeast sector that is marked in green. Wow, fantastic for career, fantastic for children, all right, young children. Then the southeast, as predicted, south is always very good. This house south is very good. Okay, when the north is good, memories of the children are very good. Okay, Masters, anything to add on, Masters?
Yeah. So I think the same as how we were talking about the mother's health, looking at this floor plan, it definitely reinforces to say that the mother's health will be not very favorable. One, which is what Master KK has mentioned about, there's a missing sector in the southwest portion. I think a second thing to take note also is within the location of the master bedroom itself, it's not in a favorable position for the mother, which would mean there would be a greater impact towards the mother. If you do have a house like this, please do not worry or panic. We are able to find a favorable position within the room itself such that the effects on the mother is able to be mitigated.
All right, Master Fong, anything you want to add on, Master Fong?
现在看了这个 layout，有一些感觉就是这个在家这个女儿会比较强势咯，就是讲母亲的身体就是要照顾一下啊，但是没有讲到父亲这一边，父亲是一个老老实实赚钱努力工作者啊，就是这样。因为你看他的 layout 在西北方只一个木，金来克木，其他没有什么大的问题，就是他乖乖在家听话，努力工作啊，是比较一个老实忠厚的一个长者，所以对他来说，这边最担心的就是母亲的健康哦，还有就是这个女儿比较强势，可能如果有哥哥的还是那个一个孩子弟弟的话，一个男孩子，他就是因为会争吵，因为你即便也不是太强，所以争吵男孩子就想跑出去了，就是这样。这种小问题，知道了这种问题就好解决了啊，知道吗？而且你看，如果这厨房又在那个东南方，那么注意你的大女儿的脾气是特别的厉害，因为跟外面的环境已经有共振了啊，所以知道了这一点，我们就要做一些改进了，就是这样。其他的就没事了。好，
Totally agree with Master Fong. 谢谢 Master Fong. Totally agree with Master Fong that the daughter of the family may be a bit short fused, but also synchronized with what Master Guo mentioned just now when he was in the southeast sector of the property. There's a lot of eatery, so you can expect your daughter is going to be a culinary expert or a foodie. Okay, Master Guo, share with us. What do you think, Master Guo?
Okay, the rest of the masters have already shared the first daughter and the northeast sector. Okay, take a look. Actually, the west, there's a playground outside. So the missing corner in the west is still not that bad. The real thing to really take note is still the southwest, the mother sector.
Okay, thank you, Master Guo. Let me just focus on Master Guo to see
the playground. There's kids playing down there, you see.
Okay, thank you so much, Master Guo. Now it's time to bring in to about the scoring of the property. So today I represent a few people, and since the absence of Master Simas, Master Eric, and Master Aaron, let me represent them. Master Simas give a very high score actually for this property, 3.5 marks. Okay, 3.5 stars. Yes, then this is the year 2022. We are going to give you a new way of review on the condo. We're going to give it by 5 stars. Based on the 5 stars. Okay, Master Eric himself also has given the property 3.5 stars. Master Feng,
3粒啦。
OK，为什么是给三个 star， 不是给到3个半或4个 star 呢 ，Master？
因为这边最重要的人物母亲的健康如果有女儿的话，就影响了这个 star 咯，就是这样所以多多运动就可以加半个 star。
OK， thank you。如果找你的话，就找哪位 5 star 是不是 ，Master？
满 star 是比较难啦，但是尽量可以做到4个 star 以上啦
好，very much, Master. Master Shalin， 也是3个 star。
Yes, 3 stars for me because I think within this development itself, although the external environment may not be very favorable, most of the unfavorable elements are located quite a distance away. If you choose certain choice units within this development itself, that may be slightly mitigated. In terms of choosing a favorable bed position, placement of items, we are able to potentially bring it up to mitigate those side effects. I do not see it as a development that is all bad. Even though we raised bad points, I think we also have raised very good points about the development, especially for the eldest daughter and maybe even the second son in the family, where the family is able to have very deep wisdom and a very good memory. So because of that, I give it a 3 stars.
Thank you for your sharing, Master Paul. Come, you also mentioned something about this property, and you also highlighted and gave it only 3 stars.
3 stars. Because I think maybe like what Master Feng said, 最重要的人物就是妈妈，然后 that sector is a bit weak. Then I don't have son, don't have daughter. That's why I never take that into consideration. So 3 stars.
Okay, thank you. Be very frank. So Master Sharon and I has talked about this, and both of us have agreed to only give this place 3 stars as well, for a very simple reason. The Southwest is really very weak. This is something that we don't like. The moment that we have a weak Southwest, the stars number declines a lot for us. Okay, and it's a good thing also that there's 2 MRT stations. There's a reason why it gets 3 stars. It's not we're talking about 2 stars only, right? And we also don't quite like the Colabrum in the Southwest sector, and we also don't like the schools. A lot of schools in the East and Southeast sector, which means the eldest son and the first daughter may have some temperament problems or even health problems for the family members. That's the reason why we only get 3 stars. In Congregate, we only give this place 3 stars. Okay, now you have it. For friends who stay on, thank you so much for staying on. So this house is 3 stars, and this is the book. Master, this what Wendy has given us the link to get this book, or you can also contact Wendy. All right. To get this all these books, all right. And for friends who wants to get the workbook, these are the QR code. And we also like to promote our upcoming Snatching Feng Shui for the 12th of March at 12th of March on Saturday at 3:13 p.m. All right. Hopefully we can see everybody on that day, and then we can have another snatch good time. Okay, good. Anything else to bring up, Masters? If there's nothing to bring up, I'd like to thank Master Guo, which is hard at work, working for us tirelessly in on site, and then we have Wendy working on Saturday, and my 2 good masters, Master Yao Feng and Master Shalin, for sharing so much information with us. All right, thank you everyone, and we wish everybody happy, healthy, and prosperous. Stay healthy, be nice to your neighbors, and always support local companies. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you, everyone. See you all soon.